I'm Erin Oakland when I have a first grade.
I'm Adrian Brown, I have a third
grade. I'm Misty Elkins and I have a kindergarten.
I'm Tabitha Arnold and I have a kindergarten.
I'm Jessica Best and I have a JK.
I'm Michelle Worth and I have a kindergarten.
Sweet. I am so excited to see all these kindergarten.
I know, right?
This better continue. No pressure. No, bring all your friends.
Yeah.
As you can see, we've all got some older kids in this room, and we're going to need to start handing out the 10 at some point soon. So, yay, exciting. Okay. So, first of all, we want to thank the volunteers that helped with cider and donuts at open house. I hope you new kindergarten moms enjoyed it and we're okay, and I hope it all went well and your first day of school weren't too sad. For us, we're all like, woo, woo.
Yeah.
Huge thank you to Spicers. They supplied the donuts and cider. We paid for them, but they supplied them, and they supplied them at a very last minute request from Trish. Because I'm learning. We're learning.
Yeah.
Okay. The parents that came out to say hello at the first day meet and greet, I recognize some faces, so yay. All of the teachers and staff are making the first, I had to change this because last time it said like 2 weeks of school, but the first 3 weeks of school. This is crazy that they've already been in school for 3 weeks. Kim Griffin, she's the one that has set up the birthday board schedule and also did the cool August birthday board. And then Ashley LaPointe for doing the super cool September board. They've set the bar high. Adrian for taking on the spirit wear and doing such an awesome job and bugging me all the time for good reason. And bringing the samples here tonight as well as at open house. And we'll talk more about that in a little bit. Rebecca Taylor for getting the spirit sticks going, and she was there at open house and has all of our spirit sticks ordered, and they will be coming soon. And then all the incredible parents that have signed up for the chairperson shadow sign up stuff, and there's still plenty more to do. In particular, I think our next biggest one that we really need signed up for is probably Celebration, which is in March, but we want to get spots filled in soon so that we can help guide you sooner so you're not doing it at the last minute. So wink, wink. Okay, important dates that are coming up. The first major one, which Kristen and Trish have been pushing on Facebook, is Fun Run that's coming up next week, which is crazy. Yeah. We'll talk more about that in a few minutes. Obviously, Fun Run. And then School Picture Day will be Thursday, October 3rd. We have 3 moms that have volunteered to come in and help out with that to make sure your kiddos aren't looking too crazy. The yearbook cover art contest, which is for the 4th graders, is coming up at the end of the month. No school, October 18th. Teacher appreciation dinner, which goes with the majority of the teachers are doing their conferences on the same day. We usually supply dinner for them because they're here for a long time that night. And then we've got book fair, which will be running at the same time. Trunk or treat. And then the Halloween parade on Halloween. And then the voting for the yearbook cover contest. Picture retake day for those kids that got away from the moms that are trying to make them not look crazy. Wallpaper books, which is something that they do in art class with Mr. Waskey. We as parents help get the wallpaper books together and get them ready for him, and then they go and they fill them in with cool artwork and whatever. I don't know yet. Julie Hamilton is in charge of that, and she's reaching out to him on that. And then Thanksgiving break, and that puts us through November. Our next PTO meeting will be October 10th at 4 o'clock. And we will also have childcare available for that, and that will be in the gym at that time. We try and alternate, obviously, you see, we try to alternate between Wednesdays and Thursdays, and then the 4 and 7 o'clock time. All right. Do you want to go through the reminders, or you want to?
I think the reminders. I was just trying to get her onto the page.
I can do it.
All right. So check out the information below regarding all our online opportunities to earn money for our school. So by below, I mean this extra sheet you guys have here. This is all of our fundraising stuff that we have for the school. A lot of it's super easy. It's just on your phone. If you ever have any questions, Trisha is the one in charge.
And she'll be talking about that too in a minute.
Yes. I won't go into detail. And then if you have any photos that you want to be considered for this year's yearbook, send them to roundyourbookpictures@yahoo.com. She's really good about putting photos in that book. I sent like 15 last year and they were all in there. So it was pretty cool to see my kids in the book, and they like seeing themselves in there too. So, and then to the event chairs, remember to keep the email addresses to yourselves. So then that way, you know, it's not being handed out, because that's just specifically for that classroom only, as far as anything that communicates between the PTO and the PTO room coordinators goes out to that class. And then submit all polished materials or published materials to your event. Email, backpack mail, or Facebook post to Dottie and Stacy or Crystal before publishing. It's really showing how much I think over here.
All right, and then we'll just move on to Dottie.
All right. Thank you very much for the donuts and open house and staff for that. And that's for us too. I don't know if everybody's aware, but we had a new full-time social worker this year, and it's been amazing. She's done great work. Our director of special ed, our superintendent, and the central office folks, and of course the board as part of that, all worked really hard to make sure that every building had a full-time mental health professional, and that's been amazing. And we're really looking forward to what next. Part of her new initiative is to help me with the Watch Dogs program. That's Watch. DOG stands for Dads of Great Students. So we've ordered our starter kit, and we're getting ready to roll. So I'm excited about that. That's coming. Sensei is back. He came on Monday for JK2 students. He's coming on Thursday for 3-4 students.
Can you explain what that is for the?
Yes. So part of our social emotional learning plan is to equip students with skills so that when they're in tough social situations, they know what to do and say. You know, we can teach them about our Eagles thing, reason, respect, and responsibility, right? Empathy, all those good things. But they actually need some actionable language when they're seeing a peer who's being treated unfairly or rude or mean. Or they're being treated unfairly. So we teach them 8 themes, or 8 training themes. And the first one is, I always stand up for myself and others. And there's 4 steps in that theme. So they tell the person to stop. I wouldn't do that to you unless it's a big problem. Anything physical, they're supposed to just get an adult. But if they think somebody's not being kind or mean or unfair or not following the rules in the game, they're supposed to say, stop, I wouldn't do that to you would be step 2. Step 3 would be, if you do it again, I have to report it. And then step 3 is reporting it. And we give them language to report to our teacher so that the teacher understands that I already asked them to stop 3 times, I need your help, is the language. So that kind of stops that. It can be easy when lots of kids are telling you things to be dismissive, and so that prevents that on the staff side. So that's our first training theme. They're learning it this week. I'll be putting updates. It's a goal of mine to make sure that I'm putting updates about those training things in my monthly newsletter. So you'll be able to see what they're learning and have some language to follow up with. So that's happening. We're excited about that. And then first grade is having body safety training right now, which we're very excited about. Some folks might not be, so that's why I thought we should talk about it. I was like, yep, that's exactly what I should.
It's been a week and a half.
Has it been hard?
Every night I'm afraid to be a gun attack. I'm afraid there's lots of fear coming up.
Oh. Well, I've been sitting in on the sessions, and the first one was on, I think, fire safety. And one of the things that they encouraged the students to do is talk about a fire safety plan at home. Mm-hmm. Like, where do you meet up? You know, that kind of stuff. I thought that was good. And then they did gun safety, water safety, car safety, pedestrian safety. And my personal favorite as a principal is private parts safety. I'm super happy about that because the message is it's not okay to look at or touch private parts, and private parts are described as wear your bathing suit covers. And I'm super appreciating it because by this time of the year, I've already had kids in the bathroom thinking private parts are funny, showing private parts, going to the bathroom on the playground. So, which sounds kind of like you wouldn't expect it, but they're little and they don't know, and they come to school and they're on the playground and they need to go to the bathroom and they don't want to go in, right? So
You lose precious time if you go all the way inside.
I know it's terrible that you have to come all the way in. And I
That's why
feel
we
for
live.
them.
That's why we live in the woods.
Right. So, yeah.
Grandma.
Uh-huh.
I know. So, and I have a grandson. I tell him to go outside. That's how I potty trained him. So, I mean, I don't have any, bad feelings about it or think that it's unusual. I just appreciate that they're talking about it, and it's sort of giving everybody a common language. And I think it is helpful in that there's kind of a, everybody knows the language and everybody understands it's not okay. And so I haven't had any, knock on wood, just because I said that. I haven't had any incidences this fall. And it typically does happen at first grade. I think kindergartners are a little too young, and first graders, think it's funny. So,
Is this training something that's going to happen for first grade every year?
it will happen for first grade every year, and we really like it this first 2 weeks. It's only 20 minutes. The Holly Naylor comes from the county, and she does a 20-minute segment, and then there's an email home each night that's lets parents know what was discussed and then any possible suggestions for conversations. And we like it in the fall because the stamina of the first graders to read for an hour, write for an hour, engage in math for an hour is not there. So taking this 20 minutes out right now is really not a big deal. We can still get all of our curriculum. And so I think that's going to be our plan going forward. Yeah. So I don't think I have any other big news. Nope, that's it.
Good.
Yep.
All right. Maria, treasurer, what you got?
Not a huge amount.
Oh.
We have the open house, which we ended up coming in under budget. Thank you to Kaylin because she donated all the accessories for the red carpet part, so we had all those donated to us. And then I'll also post for the people that are online. You guys will see a link to this to the treasury report as well for the PDF. But it looks like we're $150 under budget for open house. That's the biggest one so far, and it's really the only thing that's happened. We've had some of the internet rewards coming through that have happened from last year. We're getting the checks in so I can deposit.
Yeah, we did have a couple big buys just in the past, so I might as well throw this in here now. A couple big buys just in the past couple days, but that goes on last year's budget as far as it was planned for last year, and we just got to ordering it. But super exciting. We're getting a new sound system in the gym because if you were at the pep rally last year for Fun Run, it was kind of awful and cutting in and out, and we lost kids quickly as far as their interest. So we're getting new sound system, which is super cool. Probably won't go in until I'm hopeful for Christmas break. And then we also, what was the other thing we bought? Oh yeah, we bought that over the summer. If you've seen that outside, that was also purchased with Fun Run. But then there was one other thing that I just approved, I thought.
We ordered bookcases.
Oh yeah, and that was the other PO that I saw. Some more bookcases for the teachers and stuff. So, yeah, but the sound system, that was the biggest thing that hasn't been brought out yet, that people haven't really heard about yet. So that's pretty exciting. Anything else about budget?
I think it's pretty good. I'll post that so then everybody can see, and if they have questions, feel free to contact me too. So.
So do you want to do anything about grounds beautification update?
I've just been putting flowers and bulbs in. I haven't done a huge amount with it. I'm trying to assess the courtyard and trying to find out what we want to do and where we want to go with it. The mulch that was in there that the PTO got years ago is basically gone, and I'm really trying to come up with a plan that is sustainable for not only for us but for maintenance as well. So that's where I'm at with grounds beautification, trying to decide what we're going to do. If anybody wants to help, you're more than welcome to shoot me an email or stop me in the hallway.
I have an idea to suggest.
Okay.
Which would eliminate the cost of having to replace mulch, which would be to have every student paint a rock and decorate the entire courtyard with rocks. That, you know, we have talked in the last 3 years that I've been here about legacy things. And I think there isn't a child that goes to school here that wouldn't love to leave a piece of themselves behind at the school. And that would be a way for them to contribute.
I think that's a cool idea.
I think the only thing that I would be cautious about is in case if anything happens with the bond, if they're going to do anything to that space or not.
That's my only, that's where I keep on holding back on
Yeah.
when you're like asking me about buying mulch and
Yeah.
like, let's do it. It's like, so if the bond passes in May, which you everybody will be hearing lots about the bond here in the next couple months. We have a school board member in this room, and then the superintendent comes and visits us, and we'll probably give a presentation. But anyway, if the bond passes, that's something that they're going to be taking care of is the courtyard. With just that, so they have big plans for it, and so it's kind of like, do we want to put a whole lot of effort and money into that? But I like the rock idea because that is something that can be moved
We can
potentially
yeah.
and put out front or something.
You can go around the school.
Around the school.
I love that
Yeah.
idea.
Along the front of the school.
So when, if we were to do something like that, when could we do that in part of our class or something like that? Maybe.
I'm sure, I know Mr. Wesky did when we did the one, you know, there's only one U. He did the rocks with the, I want to say he did them with 3rd and 4th grade. He didn't go any lower than that, but they were small rocks. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I think we'd have to have a conversation about like what size rocks.
Yeah.
And,
We'd have to find out where we get rocks too. Something.
Each year.
I
Yeah.
actually did it with the 4th graders a couple years ago. My girls who are now in 7th grade, and there were only about 30 of them, so they're kind of placed in little spots out there, but they were fairly big rocks. And my intention was to hopefully do that again this year with my son's 4th grade class and leave that legacy too. But
They did the totem poles.
yeah,
too, so,
the totem poles out.
but that was a after school thing, and that's probably why. I mean, that's why there's only 30. But maybe
But
if
I
we
think
can
that
get
Jess
Wasky on
would
top.
support it at 3rd and 4th grade. I think it's a little harder with the little kids.
My son's preschool did it. So, I mean, that's like 3 and 4 year olds.
Oh, no, it can be done. It's just that right now those kindergarten classes are really large.
Well, yeah,
specials.
and it's, you know, one art teacher.
Yeah.
Versus how many kids.
Yeah. Like 35.
It's something
we'll
we
keep-
can definitely talk to Wasky about.
Oh.
Anything else?
4th grader.
I think that's it grounds wise. Yeah, there's a ton of bulbs planted. I think that was the biggest thing I've done in the spring. There was a few families that helped with the round roots that we had going. If anybody wants to take over the garden club with round roots, they're more than welcome
Why are you
to.
looking at me, Mariah?
Because so you sat next to me. I have too much on my plate. So no, if you know anybody it's loves gardening or wants to take that over, that is completely open. I have it all set up, and I just don't have time. I'm spread too thin right now. So.
Okay, so Trish, you all heard it. I'm gonna move to Trish. So you, Trish and Kristen.
Up the agenda.
You are.
You want me to start, online or fall fun run?
Do online first, get that over with, and then.
So I had passed out this handout, and this is really quick, and it's got a couple of our programs on here, and then I printed it and copied it, and I realized I forgot to put Kroger Community Rewards on here. So Round does do Kroger Community Rewards, so if you shop at Kroger, you can go online and link your account. It's super easy. You just shop for Round Elementary School, and we pop right up, and now they've made it so you only have to link your community rewards card once every year. Used to, we had to relink it every year. So now just link it once, and part of your shopping goes to Round. We get checks quarterly, and we get about $600 or $700 from them. So that's really generous of Kroger. Another fundraising program is Shop with Script. I think we'll be discussing this later too. I'm not sure. This isn't doing so great, but we probably will maybe make a holiday order. It's basically we can order gift cards at a reduced rate. So you guys would pay, if you're getting a $25 gift card, would pay the $25, but then Round gets the percentage back. So then also there is Amazon Smile. So if you are an Amazon shopper, this is super easy, like Kroger Community Rewards also. You just have to go through the smile.amazon.com and link your account, and then you never have to do it again. And I know Mariah posted this summer, and I checked it out. My Android can link the Amazon Smile to my app, but I'm not sure about the iPhones.
iPhones is supposed to be released the end of November from what I've been watching the posts. As soon as I hear that it's out, you guys will all be notified, because I feel like I've already won so many rewards for us just with my normal monthly orders.
Yeah, I would say 90% of that check that we get is probably coming from you.
It could be, hey, all of our workroom supplies I just ordered, it gets all the Smile rewards. So yeah.
Next on the list is Shopperoo, and this is a free phone app on your phone. This is super easy. You just have to take a picture of your shopping receipts, and we accumulate points, and then they send us a check every year for how many points we accumulate. And it's a free app. It's made by teachers. They tried to do something, set up something that was easy to help raise funds for schools. And they do not sell your information. I've had questions about that. None of your information is sold. They just are logging. They want to see people's shopping habits, and that's it.
And it's super easy.
So easy, yeah.
And you can go on there and compete by grade and by people that are in your grade.
That's what got me
Kind of
going.
fun.
Yeah. So of course we're committing right now.
I was like, oh, they're catching up.
Every
Yeah.
now and then they'll ask you if you want to participate in a survey, and you can answer questions. It's usually about like, hey, you bought a Kellogg's granola bar, and then it'll ask you questions about why you might have bought that, and then you get like 500.
Yeah.
You get quite a bit of points.
If you,
I was with you on that.
if you follow them on Facebook, they have rewards too of like, you go on there and say, well, what do you think about this in your school? And you comment, I just won 500 points by just commenting. And I was like, okay.
Nice.
So
Last year, we're gonna get the check. It goes from September 1st till August 31st. So we'll just be getting last year's check, and it was $174. We probably only had about 20-25 active users. It says there's like 80 something people on there, but actively we probably only had 20-25 supporters. So if we can generate the word, and people can remember, you can even set up in your profile reminders to snap your receipts.
yes.
And it'll send you a little notification on your phone. If we can get people to sign up, I think it can do pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking my back to school shopping trip receipts and putting them in for last year because it was still going. So I just registered and then used them for
the previous year because it was
Nice.
at the end of the year for the event. So I was like, well,
Yeah.
someone might have seen the points and
Right,
Mhm.
right, yeah. And I mean, this year gets last year's kind of. So now we're just generating more. But and then the last really easy thing where there's no sales or anything is schoola.com. If you have gently used clothing that you're considering donating, you can drop it off in the front entrance. There is a large yellow bin that you can put clothing in. It's from infant to adult, except they don't do adult men. So women's clothes, maternity clothes, and then infants, kids, teenagers. You can drop all off. We can package that up, and then we get a consignment percentage for that. And also, if you shop on schoola.com, every $5 you spend, Round gets $2 back. That's huge. So, like, if you're buying used clothes that kids outgrow really fast, you just get some cheap t-shirts or whatever for running around. That's a really awesome deal for Round. So those are online fundraisers.
Can I tag into that really quick? Something that's not a fundraiser, but just popped in my head when we were talking about that. We also do Crayola marker recycling here. So we have bins in every single classroom, and then a big bin in the art room and a big bin in the office. So if you have any markers, any kind of markers that are dried out and you're ready to waste them, bring them in and we'll send them in and recycle them so that it doesn't cost us anything or whatever. It's just obviously good environment thing to do. So, all right, fun run.
Okay, fun run. That's me too, and Kristen. I sent home just kind of an overview, and hopefully the kids brought those home sometime last week or this week. It kicks off, our fun run program kicks off next Tuesday. So that means you guys currently you can go online and register your child right now if you wanted to, but on Tuesday, the kids get all the information and they get the excitement. They get a little video in class and get to learn about a program. They're going to follow these characters in the Wild Wild West trying to rescue this Dr. Spark, who mysteriously was lost last year, or was ransomed last year. And they learn about character, honesty, and gratitude and stuff through this program too. And then it ends. The program ends with our fun run. So starting next Tuesday, the kids can collect pledges from friends and family, and then they run for the money on Friday. Yeah, Friday the 27th. So through that whole program, I passed this out that the kids have opportunity to win prizes, and we've got some really fun prizes this year. There's like a hammock in there, a light up soccer ball. There's some really, I don't even know what these bounce boots are. They look fun.
Can you imagine that in gym class, all of them doing those exercises, like have you seen that commercial or whatever?
And I just want to note that these are prizes as they earn pledges. The prizes are actually handed out daily once next Tuesday hits. From that day on, they can earn these prizes, and so your kids will be coming home with them daily up until the fun run. And there's no pressure. There's still prizes for the first prize, the glow band. The kids can earn just for logging on, and parents will help with that. They'll bring the info home on Tuesday. So if they log on, they get a prize automatically. Again, like the Chaparoo, there were some current concerns that information was being sold, but no information is being sold with Boosterthon. They're just creating this account so that the kids can create there's a video that you can paste their face into that's really funny that you can send out to family. And so you're basically creating a private account for your child to collect pledges. I put on the back of the rewards, about rewards, I just wanted to mention too. So this is all inclusive. If a child doesn't bring in any pledges, that's okay. They still get rewarded for this. We have incentives as our goal goes up. Every kid gets a t-shirt, and if you're here at the meeting, I can pass this around. This is what the t-shirt looks like this year with the theme on it. Every child, if we reach our goal, will get a spirit stick, which is really exciting for the kids. And then also, all the classrooms have these things that we call pledge-o-meters that you'll hear about. And as the class participation grows and the class earnings grow, the whole class will get rewarded with things like extra recesses.
They get to pick their gym activity.
I know last year Oren's teacher brought in brownies for them, which was super exciting. There's all kinds of fun things that they can reach towards. And so it's all inclusive. All the kids are rewarded, and it's but these kind of drive the competition a little bit here. But and it's kind of fun. So on the back of that, I have just our goal. Round's goal is $20,000. Last year we raised around 26.
Yeah.
25.
25.8 or 25.
26.
If we hit that $20,000, we're hoping to buy Chromebooks, another cart.
Possibly.
Oh.
Sorry, I meant to.
Oh.
That's a possible. We're kind of taking that out of the verbiage. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, we're working on a wish list.
Yes.
With
Yes.
that $20,000 will support. You know, and of course it's a goal that we get 100% of families, but you know, that's just a goal. So you can go to funrun.com at any time. I put our school code on there. Someone was already asking about that on Facebook. So it's 787-772. But I think now that we are live, so if you just search for Round Elementary, it'll pop up now too.
We'll put it on the Facebook banner too with the code so
Yeah.
people see it
Okay.
easily.
Yeah. So once you go and register your student on funrun.com, there's all these fun things you can do. Is make the video. There's email templates that you can use to send your family, and the kids can see the prizes, and they can also see the videos again that they will see every day in class. But if they're excited about it and they come home, you can watch it as a family too. And I will also be posting them on Facebook for you guys to see too.
What's the average number of laps? I can't remember what they say most kids ran.
Oh yeah. So Boosterthon has a predetermined track, and that's what you'll see on our t-shirt. And the average amount is 30 to 35 laps. But at Round Elementary School, we use like a really nice wooded path back by our playground, and we measured it out last year, and one of our laps is equal to 7 of these Boosterthon laps. So on average, our kids will probably go 4 to 5 times around it. Might be different for the little ones.
My kindergarten did 3 last year.
Yeah.
So
That's good.
the people that are donating per lap, if you say $1 per lap, you're going to be looking at $30 to $35 on average.
And it explains that on the website. And a lot of panic too is the per lap. You can still make a flat donation. So you can say, okay, I just want to give $50. And then the computer converts that into a per lap. I think something like it's like $60 flat donation is kind of like $2
a lap.
Yeah, something like that. So yeah, if there's any questions, please run them my way. Kristen is helping me out this year co-chairing, and I'm sure she'd be available to answer questions too. Watch for everything to come home. I will say I'm sorry to parents. It's confusing at first. It happens fast. But your kids will bring home the information on Tuesday. I will be sending emails. Your room coordinators will be sending almost daily emails. It's a lot of information, but hopefully you can pick up some. I'll be keeping the Facebook page updated too.
And keep in mind, it's only for 10 days.
Mhm.
Like, you're going to get a daily email from your room coordinator probably for 10 days. And then it will be over. And then we won't be hounding you as much. But it's more just to keep you informed of what's going on and what's happening the next day.
Yeah.
Because the kids will be hearing about it at school. It's going to be on the morning and afternoon announcements to say what the nightly challenge is. They're going to hear about it in their class. It'll probably be mentioned in the video. So they're going to be excited about it. So we want you guys to know what they're coming home talking about.
They're almost going to be robotic the first day, just saying funrun.com. And if we reach our goal, Dottie gets slimed.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Awesome.
I asked Chase. I asked Chase, Dottie, what he would like.
Yeah.
I said, do you want to see Mrs. Haddam get slimed? And he was like, yes. And can we dye her hair? And she gets slimed. And I was like,
Pushing it.
I should read a multicolored hair.
it out, didn't you?
I told them I had really coarse hair, so it'll be coming for a long time.
And it was.
Like unicorn hair.
It was really.
That's okay. I was kind of having fun. I'm old and I have different color hair. I'm not old. And I would go get a coffee. You know, some young person with lots of different color hair, butt piercings or whatever. I go to the window and be like,
Kristen and I did it in the teacher's lounge. It's awesome.
You're even having a meeting in there.
Oh my God.
When they're talking.
Was there a special meeting?
Yeah. Well, this also is the biggest fundraiser that we do.
The
too.
plan is, I think we should push that big time from PTO side. We're hoping that this will be our big fundraiser, and we can scale back for those of us that know what spring fundraiser is like. Maybe we can scale back on that one a little bit. We would love to make this our biggest fundraiser of the year and just make our fall or our spring thing, the talent show, fun for the kids and free and just a fun thing. So that's our goal as PTO. I'll let Trish do that because Trish is the one that got us into Booster Fun.
We did do Fun Run in-house on our own, and it took a lot of manpower. And over the years, we just start watching our volunteers dwindle. Little smaller amounts of people are coming forward to help, and it became really hard for us to do a Fun Run. For 3-4 years, I didn't even get to see my son or daughters run in the Fun Run because the board had to stay and count money, and we were locked in a room to get results right away for families who wanted to know, and for kids who wanted to know rewards and incentives. And we did not have online capabilities, so it was all just cash or check. So that convenience wasn't there either for families who were pledging and had family that is not in Hartland. So we looked into Boosterthon. We did some statistics, and Boosterthon does take a cut from our proceeds. I'm not holding back on that. They take 25%, but we've negotiated a deal with them, and if we get to a certain level, they will only be taking 10% this year, which is huge for us.
And the other thing too with the 25% is we looked at the history of the previous years when we did the program in-house, and we still spent 25% of our gross on the incentives and the supplies and everything that we did in-house. It was just on a smaller scale. So, I think the most that we brought in was
Yeah.
gross.
Yeah.
18, but we didn't net that. I mean, we
No,
netted
no.
like 14 something.
Yeah. I think
Because
14
we
was
were
about
still spending that
the biggest.
25%, but that was the most we ever made.
Of
And
course, with online capability,
oh, it
we
opens
were-
up so many doors.
we were able to, target people that lived out of state who
Yeah.
wanted to donate to it, but really, oh, I
Right,
meant
there was
to send that
Yeah,
check in
it's the
mail.
convenience factor, the ease of it. So even though 25% seems huge, and especially when what did we gross last year? 38.5 is what our gross amount was. After they took their amount, we still came out almost twice as much as what we'd made previous years. So it's like it's a lot. It's
Yeah,
hard to see the
it's
money
still
go away, which
just
is why
spending
Trish
25%.
negotiated that extra clause in the contract, because it
It's
then
hard
that
to
helps
see.
to put more in our pockets if we can hit. All we need is another $1,500 from what we did last year, another $1,500, and we can keep so much more. So
And we got an extra kindergarten class, so let's
We have
do
more
it.
kids this year.
right, exactly.
So what is that number?
I do have someone that will be announced along the way too. So hopefully that'll be really exciting too.
Last year was our first year using Boosters One, and honestly, we saw such a huge and positive response from it. Yeah, it was a learning curve for us. I feel like we've learned some of those things, and hopefully we've worked out the kinks on those things. And Trish did an awesome job of negotiating this new contract. We think that's going to be awesome for us this year. That other schools in the district have asked us about it because they see how well it went. That even like, is it Creekside?
Creekside, they're
Is
doing it the
doing
same
it.
day as ours.
Yeah. So hit up your friends soon. But does that answer your question, Lori? Or make it clear?
But you guys were able to see the kids. Your kids
Yeah,
run.
yeah, that was a huge bonus.
Same. Yeah, I was like, what's going on? And I just like set that folder out aside. I was like, I don't know what this is.
It's confusing for kindergarten, but next year you'll be.
Well, and then
Come to work.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
extended family.
Yeah.
I can't believe
Already
you're taking the day off.
And
Awesome.
and sign up to volunteer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super
We
easy.
don't have, when I checked this afternoon, there's no one signed up for setup, no one signed up for cleanup. We've got,
No, you're
most
Thank
spots are, most time slots have a few people in them, but not nearly all of them are full. And it's like, you can do like an hour at a time. So you can, if your kid is running at noon, you could work maybe from 11 to noon or whatever the time slots are. You could work the slot before or after, so you can watch your kid run and then, work for an hour or work all day. I mean, I actually emailed Natalie Church today and thanked her. She signed up for the whole day. Not for cleanup, but she signed up for everything. And I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
and honestly, set up and clean up, it's less than an hour. Last year was.
oh yeah, for
Set
sure.
up.
For sure. Setup is the afternoon before, right after school at 4 o'clock.
Oh,
And
and
then,
can it be done with kids until?
Yes.
yeah, my kids were playing on the playground.
And FYI, I requested NHS volunteers as well. For that. Like
Oh, that's
for-
right.
for high school kids to come and help because we line like the big front of the trail with hay bales. And that is the biggest time consuming part of it, right? So I was like,
jeans,
for
do not
kids to
wear
come and do this?
leggings.
That sounds good.
And my legs were so red and rashy.
Straw everywhere.
So yeah,
And
so
gloves.
strongly encouraged for family or for friends and family, whatever, to come and Sherman. We have clappers, we've got pom poms. It's a fun time. Yeah.
Younger siblings are.
And if you have noisemakers and you have little ones that you're bringing, have them bring them.
Yeah.
Because the kids,
Perfect place to use them.
yeah, the
Yep.
kids love it. The kids running love that ambition. And as soon as they hear the clappers, I feel like they speed up so much faster. And we are adding where we can have the parents go around the whole loop in the woods too this year.
Yeah,
So that'll
last year
help
the
encourage.
parents.
Yeah, we weren't sure having staggered starts for all the classes. We weren't sure if the route would be, or the loop would be too crowded with kids. We didn't want to make it more of a hazard to have parents out there too, but I think we'll have.
We need them.
Yeah.
So that's
Especially for the
on the
little ones.
list of sign up stuff to have parents out on the trail.
Yeah.
So,
Along with your
And-
child.
absolutely,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
And have have grandparents come and
Yep.
all that. Yeah.
Any other questions about Fun Run then? You'll get lots of information, and if you have questions, feel free. You can post them on Facebook or email Trish or Kristen.
Or even bounce an email back to your room coordinator and
Or
they'll
that,
come
yeah.
back to us.
Yep.
All right, Adrian.
Sorry, I'm bouncing around, guys.
No, totally fine. Okay, so this is the logo that we decided for Bound this year.
Love it. Can you
And
post a
so we
picture?
also, the spirit wear that I had at open house, there were many comments about, well, what about our fourth graders that are outgoing? They're not gonna want brown stuff. So we've added a bunch of items that will actually say Heartland Eagles on it, so we'll have both. If you wanna look at any of the spirit wear, they're back there. We are adding a couple of items that are not here today. So we'll have a beanie that'll actually have the Heartland Eagles logo on it, and then we're also adding a blanket. They'll also have one in a navy color. The other thing I wanted to mention is that, there we go. There is an Electrify shirt. It's kind of like a heathered blue with the white logo. They call that the Electrify. It'll also come in light gray, dark gray, navy, and yellow. There's going to be options for colors for everything. So the other thing that we're doing this year, we went with a different vendor called Show Me Your Team Spirit. And so we will have an online shop that'll go live on October 28th until November 8th. And then what's really great is 2 weeks after that, delivery will be November 22nd. So you will have your spirit wear before Thanksgiving.
Tell me the dates again, please.
October 28th through November 8th will be the online shop. So you will have drop-down boxes to choose colors. The other thing I want to mention is there is a limited quantity tie-dye shirt for the kids. Only people can order it.
Only the fast people.
When's that link available?
How many there are, but if you're interested, you might want to get that.
So Adrian, you said there's color options, are there also logo options? So if there's a particular shirt, can I get different logos on it, or are some of them?
She will have live online. The ones that actually have the round logo are the only ones that you can get in that logo. And then the ones that actually have the Heartland Eagles will only be in that Heartland Eagles logo. So we tried to break it up. There's a baseball shirt, there's a t-shirt that's short sleeve, a long sleeve. The one shirt that I will just stand up and point to you because there's mostly women here. I think this will be a huge seller this year. And it will be this one. This vendor was a little less expensive and they gave us a lot more choices, and they are the vendor for the majority of Heartland schools, so it made sense to kind of follow suit from that standpoint.
And it's online, which makes
And
it
it's
significantly easier.
So the person from the company will actually meet me here in the vestibule, and we'll go through bag by bag, class by class, person by person, and it'll be delivered from that standpoint. So it's the fact that they were willing to come here to Round and do everything here is amazing.
Yeah.
It's been super easy to work with.
What's the turnaround time once the shop closes?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
You can hold up any shirt that's over there. There will be both youth and adult sizes. I think personally they're pretty true to size.
Do you know what plus sizes they go to? Just so I know.
Good question.
I'm just curious. I know that
I don't know.
I know we got grandparents and that are like 3 and 4X. So I just want to make sure.
I'd be happy to send an email. Anyone else have this question?
I would have learned how small. Well, probably.
But they usually had to use extra smalls. What's been in the past, I would assume.
They did. So my daughter is 8 years old. She's in basically, I mean, she's kind of a peanut. She wears that true size 7, and the youth size medium gave her some wiggle room. Like, I like to buy things for her that are a little bit larger that she can actually wear throughout the year rather than buying something that just fits her perfectly. So if that gives you any kind of gauge.
And we're also hoping to do a spring spirit wear order as well. So if you don't hit it up this year or this fall, or depending on how it goes, we're planning on potentially doing one in the spring. Yeah, to throw in the tank tops and more t-shirts and baseball hats.
Yes, they do have a baseball hat. They have some really cute racerback tanks that I'm a big fan of. But I really think that provides a kind of wide neck.
Yeah.
It's it's not your true sweatshirt thick material. It's kind of that cross between that t-shirt and that sweatshirt material. So it's nice. Plenty of times the school is very, very warm, so it would be nice to actually walk in with a lighter weight shirt than
Oh my gosh.
you're too cold in a t-shirt, you're too hot in a sweatshirt. So that's the kind of
Just go in Daddy's office and you'll be cool enough.
oh my. So
All right.
like everyone else, if anyone has any questions, please reach out. I'm on Facebook way too much, but I will reply to your message. In a timely manner.
All right.
My daughter's at my friend's house, and hopefully she got all her homework done, but still, they took her out ice cream, so you know, all that.
Yeah, oh,
Get her to bed.
Thanks, Adrian.
Thanks, Adrian.
All right, I'm just gonna go really quick through the box tops, what's going on with that. We're in a contest right now that ends September 20th. So far, Miss Del Vero's class is in the lead. Please make sure to label all bags, forms, and emails with your child's name, teacher, and grade for contest credit. And also try and organize them by, I think she said 25 box tops per bag. And then you can also go online and do it that way as well, or scan your receipts for the box tops.
Some really cool coupons this week if you're on the Box Top app. So if you guys like yogurt and cereal was on there. There were some granola bars that were on there, like standard, I would assume standard household kid stuff, but they were pretty good coupons. So Meyer's running deals that you can use the coupons with.
So Christina Geldof is our chairperson for this, and so I'm just reading from her email that she sent to us today is, you can now enter your child's information when scanning box tops. Unfortunately, the coordinators are unable to see this, but we have been told there is another update coming next week to work this out. In the meantime, feel free to screenshot your rewards and send them to her, and we'll include her email address, but include your child's name, class, and grade, so you can get credit for the competition part of it. Okay, yearbook cover contest, that's going to be announced. That's coming up September 23rd, I think, is when we're starting that for the 4th graders. For those of you that don't know what that is yeah, September 23rd to October 14th. The 4th graders all get to design their own yearbook cover, and then the teachers and Mrs. Hotham pick out the top 5, and then there's voting for like a week or two on that with penny wars kind of thing. And
Just start saving your change.
You'll be
Do
asking
this.
for it.
all right. And then also we wanted to ask, we've got like limited 4 minutes left. So real quick, first of all, is there anything else that anybody wanted to bring to the table?
Can I just?
Yeah.
So the name yearbook cover was on the front and the other 4 are featured on the back. So it's really nice because it's student art.
All right, so then the other topic that I have is just open discussion about improvements for Round. Because we're just starting to make a wish list of things that we think the PTO had our board meeting last week, and we threw around ideas of things that we think would be cool to make Round better or just improve it overall for the kids. And we want to hear feedback from parents. We're curious if you guys have noticed anything or if you guys can think of anything that you thought would make it better.
Wobble chairs for the classrooms. I know a ton of teachers have liked them. I've made a few, but we can get them through a bunch of teacher supply places. And from the teachers I've talked to, they said they really enjoy those, and the kids love them. Awesome. I think he falls off from them more than anything.
And that is like they're both really expensive.
It is. It's very expensive.
For those of you that don't know about that, Mrs. Vincent is the biggest.
Purple.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where she has if you look in her classroom, there's 50 different kinds of seating for the kids to do, and it's pretty cool because the kids get to choose where they want to sit for the day or stand, and it's not a desk, and it's pretty cool the way the kids that's who Chase has. And
We've had other teachers ask me about that stuff, wobble chairs, balls for kids to exercise balls for kids to sit on, but it's pretty cost prohibitive. And then just
If parents want to donate them, can we donate them? If we find a really good deal on exercise balls, can we bring them in for you guys.
So I don't know if this is an option or not, but I teach in Brighton. And Duncan Chiropractic gave us a ton. And I don't know if it was because somebody there knew it, but like I have 6 yoga dolls in my classroom that say Duncan because they weren't using them anymore. So I don't know if they would still have something like that.
What's my chiropractor?
But you might want to check with like chiropractic type offices because a lot of times they give that kind of stuff that they're like done with already.
That's a good idea.
When I had middle schoolers, so they're bouncing off like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Thank you. No, that's a great idea.
She'd be coming for that.
I think it was put on the round Facebook page, but there's, yeah, but maybe if that's something you want to throw out there to them at your next teacher meeting, that.
I think a lot of them know about it, but I'll make sure.
Do you guys know about that Facebook page, the teacher supply page, where you can go on if you have anything that you think a teacher could use in their classroom? You can go on there, and if you want to just donate to a teacher, it's not to sell, it's just to donate.
Yeah, so it's like a marketplace concept.
Yep.
But it's all free.
And it has to be a Hartland teacher, so they have to say, you know, they're a teacher, what grade and what school they're in. And it's been actually like blew up. It started a week and a half ago.
Yeah, it's huge.
Right after semester.
Yeah, and it's blown up, so it's pretty cool. Awesome. I'm sure the teachers are super happy about it.
Does round teachers have anything that they specifically want? That
I have not asked them.
I was just curious, like
we typically generate a wish list, you know, teachers add things to it, and then we always talk about what
I was just wondering
is
if like
feasible and that the PTO wants to support.
That will be happening probably after Fun Run, where we get the teacher wish list coming through to us. And then like last year, Kristen and I were both the presidents, and we went through and prioritized like what we thought would be the best spending for our, you know, and where we wanted the PTO money to go. And then we presented it to the board as, hey, this is kind of what the teachers are wanting, and this is what we think we should spend it on. So like the bookshelves and things like that.
And I think it's important on the supply closet thing because people might have it that want to get rid of it anyway.
Yeah.
So you might be looking to buy 10 things, but you might have 10 plastic tablecloths that don't need.
Yeah.
So
that's kind of what I was thinking with asking, is just putting it on the PTO, like on the Facebook page, and just saying, you know, hey, I'm in need of this. Does anybody have it? Like kitchens. I know some of the kindergarten teachers were like, hey, you know, do you have any gently used play kitchens? We could use one. Like, hey, I've got 2. Does anybody want one? I've got an art easel at home right now. I'm like, does anybody want an art easel? Yeah.
All right. So we'll be looking for more ideas as the
And they can always message on
throughout the
here.
year, really.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, they do.
Anything else? You want to call the meeting?
Meeting to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
Who was the second, I guess?
I second.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Super excited to have so many kindergarten parents here. Woo-hoo.